Kliff Kingsbury managed to get some revenge with the Commanders over Peter's Arizona Cardinals. I'm sure this result did not make Peter happy one bit, but how on earth do the Cardinals solve their problems? Because we're going to talk about Kliff afterwards and what he's doing with the Commanders, but first of all, the Arizona Cardinals offense is not playing well whatsoever. Peter, what do you think can be done to solve it?
No, it's not. And I think the reason why it's not is because for me, the OC needs to go back to the game plan that we used when we blew out the Rams in week 2. Because I feel like the last 2 weeks, he's tried to change things within the offense, try to make it more. The run schemes are great and they are fine, but he's tried to do some passing, try to elevate the passing game, and it hasn't quite come off because some of the routes that the players are running, they're not getting separation. And also this week, particularly this week 4, with the Commanders, what the issue was is the offensive line performed very poorly. So that didn't help us. And also Kyler played poor. He wasn't himself at all during the game. Because that's part of the issues. Because coming in, a lot of Cardinals fans, we know our defense is not great. We know the defense, even our first round pick defensive line was injured to start the season. So we know defensively we're not going to be good. So the offense is the strength of the team. And we expect the offense to be able to keep time of possession and still some of the football, but when able to do with this game. All that Kyler, I put the blame for this game 50% on Kyler Murray because he didn't play well at all. You would have thought with Kliff Kingsbury coming back, he would want to show that he's
also. What I would say is the Commanders' secondary is known to be really bad, right?
Yes.
And they couldn't throw the ball on it. That's the baffling thing for me. I didn't watch a game massively. I'm an absolute red zone muppet when it comes to. I tend to watch red zone on one screen, Colts game on the other, and then red zone. For the latest slate, it just tends to be red zone because obviously there's less games, but the Cardinals just couldn't move the ball in terms of in the air against a secondary that's not known to be that good.
No, and that refers to the passing offense still needing a lot of work. That referred to because our current OC is great with his run schemes and stuff, but when it comes to passing game, it leaves a lot to be desired because the receivers are running deep routes most of the time, and also the play calling sequences wasn't great because we'll run the ball. There was a couple of occasions where it'd be 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and he wants to pass the football. When you've got James Conner, you've got Trey Benson, your running game is where some of your strength.
Look at what the two running backs were averaging over 5 yards a clip.
Exactly in the game. So I don't know why 3rd and 1 you choose to pass it, knowing if we don't complete the pass, we're coming off the field. And it's just our OC just get better and the whole team played very poorly, and I was very hugely disappointed with the fan base. We were very disappointed with the results that came out. We made Jayden Daniels look amazing. I know our defense is not great.
Whoa. I know.
But
you mean Jayden Daniels is amazing?
Well, for the first 4 weeks of the season, he's amazing.
He has been amazing, right? He's not making stupid errors. That's the thing.
No, he's not. He's playing well within the scheme. Kliff, and one thing I must say is that Kliff's offense is different from when he was with the Cardinals. In some ways, almost like the failures that he had with the Cardinals have made him better. Because if you're an OC and you come back to the NFL, you don't kind of get better with your offensive personnel, then you're not learning anything. So it shows that he has clearly learned and adjusted his offense to the NFL games. Because a typical example is the fact that the offense were using tight ends in the run game, whereas when he was with the Cardinals, he wasn't using tight ends in the run game at all. So he has made that adjustments to know the value of tight ends within.
Do you know a funny thing, an insane thing, right? 76 points. This is a stat from Brett Coleman. 76.6% of their first down plays are either runs or screens.
You mean for the
It's a big
Washington offense?
percentage.
For the Washington, 3/4 of their first down plays are as a run or a screen, which is basically a run.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Cliff does utilize a lot of screens within his offense historically, but for me, Jayden Daniels have done amazing. You can only play what's in front of you in the schedule. So the first 4 weeks, he's definitely the front runner for offensive rookie of the year. He's playing well, and he's been absolutely amazing. For now,
You know,
because
And Commanders fans didn't expect this, right? To be this good straight away. Well,
no,
yeah, I think it's very much a case of they've learned like the formula is, especially for like a rookie QB, is you want to get them like easy wins early, and it's not wins in the game, but easy completions off the top of the bat, because that helps build their confidence in a game. This is why after Jayden had his breakout game, I think was it 2 weeks ago or like a week ago, he'd been playing
it was a
okay,
week ago.
but a week ago he's now going to be more confident heading forward because he feels as though, hey, I can really play in this league, and you see that he's going to take aggressive throws, and he's going to play position the ball with like a weight off his shoulders, and I think that's important. The thing is, and there's not a lot of tape on him offensively, especially like in your rookie season. So it's going to be hard for defensive coordinators to try and work out, what are the pitfalls of his play style? What are his tendencies? Like elite corners, elite linebackers, what they like to do is they study the QB and they see what does Jayden Daniels like when he's in trouble, where does he go in the field? All right, so they might say, cool, his outlet is always the left side flats. He'll always aim for the inward cutting route on the left-hand side of the field. So good defensive coordinators will be like, okay, cool. Well, we're going to lock down what he's doing. We're going to prevent the run, etc. But then we're going to make sure the left side is also sealed. So he's got no outlet. Those are the details, and you need
You're
film
absolutely
for that.
right.
So he's going to have an okay season this year, partly
you know,
because teams don't know his tendencies. They don't
do you
see his pitfalls yet, but they will. Once they usually like the first half, it's good, but the second half of the season, they'll start to figure him out towards the tail end. So he's going to have a
do,
few stinkers towards the end of the
That's what
year.
I was
so,
about to say.
but okay, can I just have you looked at the schedule for the next 5 games?
No, I haven't. I
No,
haven't.
before we go on the schedule, let me quickly add this point. The thing is, someone, where they do the passing metrics, right? So far, and it's brilliant work by Kliff Kingsbury at the moment. So far, he's only doing half reads at the moment because a lot of his passes are on the right hand side of the field. A lot of his throws, and it's working because the last 2 teams he's played, the Bengals and the Cardinals, both defenses are absolutely awful, right? Well, but let's go on to the next 5 games that he's got.
Right, next 5 games: Browns. Right, team's not firing. Right.
Nope, defense is bad.
The Ravens is a tough one. We know that's going to be a tough
one.
Right.
Yeah.
Panthers, Bears.
There's a chance for a win. Bears will be tough. The funny thing that people don't know is that the Bears defense is very good.
Yeah,
their defense.
But it's going to be a fun one because it's obviously 2 rookie quarterbacks against each other,
Yeah,
right?
so it's going to be a fun one. But I wouldn't expect a shootout because of the Bears defense. It's quite good.
And then the New York Football Giants, the Meadowlands, right? So they've got 4 winnable games for that next 5.
Yeah. I'll probably say 3.
Come the end of week 9, they could be 7-2.
Yeah, that'll be an excellent result. That'll be fantastic for them. And I think they're gonna have a winning record the way it's going, and Jayden is playing really, really well. And all credit to him. I mean, he's come to the league and he's performing very, very well. So I think he is having a similar season to CJ Stroud. He might even get better numbers than CJ because he's obviously more mobile and he can get rushing touchdowns as such. So his total touchdowns might exceed CJ's. A very interesting thing, just a little bit piggyback, is like if you've seen how CJ is playing in his second year, he's still a good quarterback, but now you're starting to see defenses be able to game plan for him a little bit more. And he's not quite as good as he was last year. And then he will have to work through that and get over that at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
I
there's
think
going to
Peyton
be.
Manning used to always say,
Yeah,
like the best QBs can kind of see what a defense is doing to stop them, and they can be like, okay, cool, that's fine. So you're taking away the right hand side of the field, that's okay. I'm gonna go to the left.
yeah.
He's obviously not there yet, but that's something that he has to build
It's
on. Like at some
it's going
point,
to take
especially
time,
during
right?
the season, even
Mhm.
DJ Stroud had a few of those games. One thing I will say is it's kind of built on this precedent and expectation for rookie QBs. So it's going to make it harder for the next generation coming in. Like the expectations with CJ Stroud and Jayden Daniels are now you can come in and turn it around. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on head
But
coaches, young
then for
offensive
those
teams, young QBs coming in. Yeah. The
you
Shador Sanders, who else are the other guys next coming in next year? You've got Ewers
Carson
from
Beck.
Texas, Carson Beck. Like those are some lofty expectations that they think you can come in and then you can turn it around. I mean, there's been some kind of there's been like detractors from that with what's happened in Carolina, like saying that sometimes you need
it's
someone to sit out, but when you have guys
organization.
like Jaden Daniels out there, it's an organizational issue. We're seeing that in Chicago as well. Like a lot of people are now thinking maybe Justin Fields wasn't quite the issue because we all understand that Caleb is talented and at some point he'll figure it out. But can he figure out the organization? You know, can he work out how to play above that? You know, so it's just one of those things. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm happy for Jayden Daniels. I used to be like a, a mild Jayden Daniels hater because I'm always there like he did nothing in Arizona State. He had to transfer over, but it just goes to show um, for, for some players if they have like the right skill set, they can be good heading forward. It's just a case of your situation and the talent you have around you. I was definitely thinking he's not going to have those LSU receivers. He's not going to be someone that can win unless the roster's really good, because that's what moving from Arizona State to LSU shows, right? But the fact that he's been able to come into the league, that says a lot about LSU as a team in terms of how they develop their QBs. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. He's going to have a good season. They might make but I think they'll make the playoffs. They're definitely going to be in the wild card, if not outright in it. So it's
If
going to
you
be
if you
interesting to
look
see
at
how they do.
right, the last thing I'm going to say is if you look at the players that caught the ball from Jane Daniels in this game, Scary Terry, yep, had the most receptions, 752 and a touchdown. Zacchaeus, not a massive house
Yeah,
name. Noel Brown, Zach Ertz is obviously at the tail end of his career. Luke McCaffrey being a rookie. Um, it's not always obviously the basis of their game was the run game, right? Brian Robertson getting
yeah,
100 yards and a touchdown. Jeremy McNichols, 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jayden Daniels get a touch. All of the majority of their touchdowns are on the ground, but they've got balance in this team,
Mm.
and that's going to help them down the road, come towards the end of the season as well.